On behalf of the Export Inspection Council, Department of Commerce, Government of India.
Good evening, friends. Many times we underestimate our own potential. The individuals do that, societies do it, even countries do it. In this case, India's potential of agri-export, food export is truly underestimated. We have a huge ability to virtually export anything and everything people eat globally. But just because we have the potential doesn't mean we can do it. We need to put in place several institutions in place, several processes in place, and everybody must be aligned to each other to tap this huge potential. So one of the major initiatives today, and I really congratulate Export Inspection Council for doing this, is to put in place a digital platform to deal with many of the issues which are related to export of food, marine products, agricultural products. As you know, one of the most regulated sector anywhere would be the food sector. Because ultimately what you eat is something which is very important for you to regulate. In any case, in our own tradition, we feel that what you eat is that what you are. Because that's what your thinking becomes. And therefore, everybody has to eat something which is the right way. But what is right for them, the people who eat will decide. Or to whom they go and get a consultation, they will decide. In fact, that also is because there is so much of consultation about what you should eat. Our service sector should be happy that it is also growing. Because everybody himself had known what to eat, then they would not have consulted. So when you eat more, again, you have to go to a doctor to reduce your weight. So that also increases service sector. When you don't eat right, you have malnutrition, you go to a doctor, that also increases service sector. So in a way, it's a good thing related to food. Everything creates new opportunities. But as far as the food is concerned, because it is regulated, it is important that we must assure people what they eat is what it is promised to them. What they eat conforms to certain quality which is enshrined into the food that they eat. And therefore, making that assurance into reality, we need to put in place these processes. Quality assurance is something which is one of the prerequisites for any export to take place. And therefore, Quality Council, Export Inspection Council, which is mandated to be an agency which actually assures that this is something what is promised, what is sold, conforms to the quality and standard that are supposed to be sold. And therefore, it's a very important initiative. Earlier, people may have to go to different locations, run around and find out, but now you can get it at one particular place, and therefore, this is an extremely important initiative. And this also shows the direction in which India is moving. That everything that we are trying to put in on a digital platform. So when we talk about fourth industrial revolution, people talk about that revolution in the context of digitalization processes that will happen into all manufacturing as well as economic activity. But we must be proud of the fact that India is one of the few countries in the world which have initiated it much earlier than many others. And thanks to the Prime Minister's vision of Digital India, that many of these things are happening at the same time and coming through the digital platform to deliver a particular product or a service. As I said, our potential is understated because 7,600 kilometers of coastline, 13 coastal states, which includes union territories of course. You can imagine how much can we actually catch and then subsequently export. And what is the catch of the fishermen? If it is properly processed, you can imagine the immense opportunity it will create within the country itself before it is exported. And therefore, It's a great opportunity for us to exploit this vast coastline and making it into the food basket of the world. Second is 35 agroclimatic conditions in India. And therefore I said virtually we can produce anything that the rest of the world needs to eat. Once upon a time we used to feel that kiwis are, and that's how the New Zealand is also known as, can be found only in the New Zealand. But now we can produce in India. Nobody could ever imagine that we can produce strawberries into one small non-discrete place like Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra. Nobody could imagine the amount of grape that we produce in the country today. They could be produced by farmers who really on their own initiative launched this program some decades ago, and today India is one of the largest producers of grapes in the world. There are so many wineries which are developed in India because the grape production increased substantially. And therefore we can virtually export anything and everything catering to the food demand of the world. And therefore what we really need to do is what we produce as can be exported as it is, but can be processed in India and exported depending upon and customizing the need and the demand and the taste of the people of the world. You can imagine the immense opportunities it offers. But everything again will boil down to the issue that it must have a good quality, it must deliver something which is promised, and to do that, this type of platform will actually play a very significant role. In fact, my colleague, the Joint Secretary was just telling me it doesn't include even the meat, but for that there is another program. India has one of the largest livestock population. So we should be happy that we are the largest human population. We also have the largest livestock population. And slowly we are feeling it's not enough, so we are also having very large vehicular population, which is causing another kind of population, particularly in the city of Delhi. But the large population of livestock offers a great opportunity to actually use that as a source of creating livelihood in India, but also for an increase in the export basket of India. And therefore, there are many important opportunities. I am very happy that our ministry, Commerce and Industry Ministry, is working on tapping of each of these different potentials. Recently, we have put in public domain our agriculture export policy. I would request everybody to offer their comments so that we can finalize it very soon. We are also trying to identify places where some of these agriculture produce, if need to be exported, there is a potential. But to realize that potential, you need to put in infrastructure. So if there is a support necessary from airlines or evacuation of that, in the Ministry of Civil Aviation, we are trying to find out, having identified such spots where it can be exported, how to provide that necessary logistical support to make that happen. Many times, agriculture exports are fraught with one issue. That what happens when you export, how does it take care of domestic demand and domestic consumption? In case of fruits and vegetables, India being the second largest producer of that, also probably the largest waster of fruits and vegetables. Despite the fact that we produce so much, 30% of it lost. Just imagine we do not lose that 30% because it is never consumed, because it is lost already, and can export only 30%, it will not affect domestic consumption at all, because that in any case was not consumed in India. And therefore, that is not again going to happen just like this. We have to create proper cold chain, logistical support for that, processing facilities for that, and we are one of the first ministries country in the world we set up food processing ministry. So we need to put everybody and try to align their priorities into one place so that probably this again could be a huge opportunity. So I think our Commerce and Industry Ministry is taking number of steps, working with our colleague ministries to ensure that this true potential of India is fully exploited and tapped, and that creates a huge employment in India, huge income levels for the farmers, as well as a very important component of economic development, that's increasing exports of India. And therefore I think this is all win-win situation. This is just one step in the number of steps that the ministry is taking. Recently when we launched the midterm review of our foreign trade policy, some of the steps are also mentioned. So I think we are working on a holistic policy. Promotion, regulation, coming with ideas, also promoting this globally. So APIDA and other agencies are also trying to work to ensure that we can export this product by promoting this product globally. Recently, the Commerce Secretary had a meeting in East Africa, End of this month we'll have another meeting in Southern Africa. Maybe in the next few months we'll have one in Northern Africa, another one in West Africa, Central Africa. The idea is that these are the regions where we can also export. I'm not talking about agriculture produce alone, because they also produce quite a lot. I'm talking about promoting India's exports needs a lot of efforts, and therefore promotion is one of the activities that Ministry is also undertaking, along with working on some of these issues related to ease of export. And I think that all of this will go in a way that we'll be able to promote India's exports in a significant way. So anyway, congratulations to Export Promotion Council, Inspection Council. Congratulations to all the stakeholders. And I think if we have to work together, because what is important is, end of the day, whatever we export carries a very important byline, and that is made in India. So brand India is something which is important. Whatever produce you may export, whatever may be the category, whichever country it is going, if brand India is diluted in any way, we will not be able to get the best value for the product that we export. Or sometimes we will not even get a share of market that we want to export to. And therefore, to promote and to protect the brand India, this type of inspections and this type of quality control, this type of assurance is very, very necessary. So I think all of you will cooperate and we can work together to make it happen. Congratulations to you. All the best.